Done, sir. I think it was amazing, and thank you so much. Wasn't Myra beautiful? Like, she was really the life of the event. No?
Well, she's beautiful in both the ways, looks and the talks. I mean, yeah, she mesmerized us, she mesmerized the crowd. Something that many, I feel, should learn from her. I mean, she's just a 14-year-old kid, and the way she carried herself, outstanding.
And as it is said, do the job you like and you never have to work a single day of your life. She just enjoys it. And that's why she does that.
No, she was just amazing, and she was just there on tune. But what a fantastic event. I think post-COVID, I think this is the biggest and the best event that's happened physically.
Yeah, and after taking all the cares.
Yeah.
I mean, physically and taking all the cares.
Keeping all the norms in place.
Social distancing, masks, sanitizers, and the governor himself coming in and being there. So many people thought, that the governor will not come. But the fact that there and the event of this magnitude, wow, hats off to...
It's probably his love towards the children and love towards the faculty. I mean, he's a teacher himself. He was a teacher, so he knows how it goes.
So, but in fact, I was so amazed, the way, with the love that he spoke about Lexicon and the wishes he's given Lexicon and the love that he has for the two of you. It felt like, somebody, an elder of the family was talking about his own children. And that was amazing.
Yeah, we felt the same, and fortunately share a good relation. And he's one person, who always says, if you're doing anything good for the nation, I'm standing with you, which is fantastic.
Absolutely.
And each of the awardees, I had a chance to speak to a lot of the awardees, and I had a chance to speak to the panelists. And when they saw the citation and they saw the magnitude at which the panel discussions were, the panelists were, and the whole event per se, they said this is the best awards function that they've attended, and
well,
it felt so good.
I'm surprised that they are surprised by this. I mean, they should be expecting, when it's Lexicon, they have to expect things like this happening. So yeah, whatever we do it grand. I mean, we've got to make an impact. Our students do it grand, the teachers do it grand, the management does it grand. Why not?
Yeah, I would also like to add, here that what happens is basically this kind of an event with such people coming in, you name it, and you had the municipal commissioner, you had the police commissioner, PCMC, you had the DIG, CID, and name it, and you had the who's who. Yeah. And like you rightly said, to match up the who's who dignitaries, you have to come up with lovely citations, lovely looks. True. And as Pankaj has said, this is expected out of Lexicon.
And these people, they have the positions, but somehow they've never been recognized in the society the way that we probably have done. So ideally speaking, that's the perfect thing to do, and encourage these bureaucrats, because you can't imagine the kind of pressures that they go through, and they have nobody to tell. But I'm so glad that we've probably taken up things like this, encourage them to do what they're doing. And of course, now we are looking forward for the new awards that we are doing for the under 20s. So that's also going to be like sort of solid encouragement, because we are trying to try and locate talent in the youngsters, help them grow by acknowledging them, their efforts. True. And believe me, if you can bring that out, you will see very, very confident people. And in the end, it's all about confidence. You have confident students, confident teachers, and you see the way they perform. It's outstanding.
Like they said, like Lexicon says, believe in yourself.
Absolutely.
But it was a lovely marriage today. So you had bureaucrats, you had from across the fields. So you had people from administration, you had people who were frontline, you had people in infrastructure, and then you had, to counter them, managing directors, CEOs, CFOs, VPs, executive directors, founders, and all sharing one dais. Doctors. Yeah. Means actors. Directors, choreographers. Correct. Means it was a pan sector, dimensional event. And I can't tell you how relieved and delighted I am.
Absolutely. I mean, let's hope next year becomes even bigger. This heart is something wo dil mange more. You want more, you want more. You do it bigger, you want it even bigger. So yeah, so we.
Abhi ye basic hai sir.
Yeah,
This is the basic.
I
Now,
agree.
now it has to only keep on getting better, bigger.
Yeah.
Like you said,
And also appreciation goes to Nasir sir, you, your team, everybody has put in
Absolutely.
immense effort, and believe me, from the bottom of my heart, the event was fantastic and flawless.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. The team was outstanding. Means across the campus, the schools, everybody. That's the beauty, sir. And I think I must have said this n number of times, that one of the things that keeps us apart from everybody else is we don't have associates, we don't have employees, we don't have colleagues. We have members of the family.
Absolutely.
And when
Very
it's a
true.
members of the family, so any task becomes so easy to accomplish, because irrespective of where you are, you will come together to make it successful because you're doing it for your family.
No doubt.
And that's why
Very
it makes
true.
it so easy.
Very true. Very true. And we saw the results.
Yes. Well, thank you, and thank you to both of you, sir. Thank you to Monisha ma'am, Dipti ma'am on her birthday to come out here, and Chairman sir. He was there since morning, all the way till the end, and I think that was the icing on the cake when the jury insisted, and the jury insisted that they wanted to announce the award. And that felt so good.
Yeah, true. And also the mood was upbeat. If you ask me why, I think just 2 or 3 days back we got a letter from CEGR. Now CEGR is a think tank of India.
True.
They are the ones who probably suggest to the education department various things on education. So they've got a lot of vice chancellors, they've got chancellors, they've got people from the governing bodies like AICTE, UGC, all members of that particular body, and they are the ones who said that post-COVID, now Lexicon MILE is the new college that has emerged, and he's placed us, these people have placed us in comparison with IIMs.
Yep.
So I'm sure this new sort of placements that we getting placed with IIMs and other renowned institute of the world, that makes us so happy, and I'm so glad something like this has happened. And I feel in another 1 or 2 years, probably what will give us more happiness is when people started recognizing us probably as the best college of our country, and that's when I feel yes, our dreams are achieved.
Starting, sir. But sir, I can't tell you how proud. Means to get that, when I got that notification coming from you for CJ, means it's a matter of pride. You feel like a peacock. That letter coming in that talks about us being there and talks about us being comparable to institutes that people want to go to. And we've always been an aspirational brand. We've always wanted to get people in who want to make a difference. And this is like a stamp on it, saying that they are what they have always said they are.
So I'll tell you, I am proud when a letter like this comes. But let me ask both of y'all, what do you think y'all must have done during this COVID time that has got us to this status or this level?
So the first piece, when Neeraj sir and I always talk, Neeraj sir says one thing. He says intent.
True.
But I'll leave it there for sir to talk a little bit about that, and then honestly, because that's something that has always been the spark that started it off.
Yeah, so very rightly said, intent is a start point of anything that you want to do. So our intent was to get in the students. We didn't want them to waste a year. So if you remember, Nasir sir, that when we said, okay, now we want the students to come in, even while people were thinking, institutes were thinking of starting online classes, we were already there.
True.
We had already started online classes, and not only started online classes, so our complete technological infrastructure was ready. At the same time, the difference that we made was we trained our teachers to teach online and then to go online.
Correct.
And
So in
that
fact,
made us-
we trained teachers of other colleges
as well.
because
Yeah.
we didn't want children to suffer.
That's true. So this was one of the initiatives.
And
Then
the variety of people you all had
yeah.
who were speaking to the students.
So we had close to 100 CEOs, CXOs, MDs speaking to our children over a period of 4 months.
Wow.
Where they shared experiences, they talked about their wins, they talked about obstacles that they faced that they were able to win over. And not only was it a learning for students, but I think my complete team, myself, when you were hearing them, you get to learn something new when you listen.
Correct.
And it was so insightful, it was amazing.
Yeah, one of the sessions I remember was taken by Dr. Vijay Bhatkar.
True.
So he's a Padma Vibhushan scientist, and he was trying to address our students and make them understand how important innovations and research is probably to to get them going.
Then we, and I although Neeraj sir is part of the team, and he took one session with the students, and one of the things that he spoke about, and you touched upon it today in your speech, was about foundation blocks and how struggles will come in your life, and how COVID is a struggle.
Correct.
And how you overcome this. And I think that was an outstanding session. We planned it for an hour, and it went on for 2 hours, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
And he sung a beautiful song there too.
Which is my hobby.
Yeah.
I was surprised I didn't get a song from you today.
Yeah. So online lectures, and then of course your placements this time, despite COVID. I'm so glad that you all looked after the students and you all placed them despite COVID. I mean, that was something that was
phased on manner, where we started with online classes, like I said, with trained teachers, and then it went on to our internships, which we planned post that, and students are fantastically placed, doing an excellent job in what they are doing today. So that went off very well. And last but not the least, you'll be surprised to know that the kind of efforts we've taken to take care of their safety. I mean, each student has been looked after. All the safety norms have been taken care of, and you name, sanitizer tunnels, and classrooms were sanitized, classrooms were changed. So we have all air-conditioned classrooms.
We actually have a full program called Lexicon Cares.
Lexicon Cares, yeah, that's an important program.
We took out, we realized that air conditions was a risk that was identified by people. We added fans across the campus.
And your entire building is an AC building.
Is an air conditioned building. So we got fans done, we got infrastructure changes done. When nobody was talking about mental health, we got a mental counselor on board. Because then we are a management institute, and how you look is important. We got a groom room done.
Wow.
So that the kids, when they need to have a haircut, they need to get their grooming done, they do not have to go to a place where there is risk for them.
We've tied up with somebody.
Lakme.
We've tied up with Lakme.
So Lakme does the complete grooming for our students.
So shall we say it's a management institute with a difference?
So it's a management institute with a difference and with a heart, sir. Because the reason I say it's with a big heart is because these are all investments, which means there's an outflow of money, which means that you are investing much more without taking more. You know why, sir? Because like we started intent. Our heart is that our children should come out different. They need to come out the best, and that's what sets us apart.
So I think this is all fine, like what you all are saying. I probably feel, I don't know if I'm wrong, you can say that. I probably feel why we are there as one of the greatest institutes of this country today, I think is probably because of the research center that you all have set up in this institute. I mean, that is something which is going to have a huge impact in future also. And I think that is the thing which has created an impact for us to reach where we've reached today.
Such straight impact means you will not believe. When we first started on this thing, it was first week of April. Neeraj sir and I were talking about it, and we said we need to drive it to a different level. So you want to guess how many people we interviewed for this position of getting the right person to head the Center of Research? So over 200 people.
Oh my God.
Over 200 people we interviewed. Their profiles we came on LinkedIn. They came to various sources. We had people who were in the highest designation in government organizations, in private research organizations who applied for this. But we took our time, because that's the most important thing, sir, is having the right team,
Absolutely.
the right talent. And we've been able to deliver some outstanding research. The Rising Star Outreach, which is a US-based non-governmental organization that looks after people impacted with leprosy, and they have an institution in India called Rising Star Outreach of India. They asked us to do a research for them. And they were so delighted with the research. Means we had their founder, their chairman, their new chairman who's just taken over from the chairman emeritus, the India head, all going gaga over it. And then we've done multiple researches, and then today we presented to the governor something on COVID. And where we spoke about Maharashtra's mood on the vaccine, about how Maharashtra as a state has driven confidence and what do the people feel. Because there may be something that you think you're doing, but are the people feeling that? And we've done a very impactful research on that, sir. And we covered 6 cities across Maharashtra. Our researchers went across to these cities, took interviews by phone, took interviews in person, through links, to telephone calls, and a large sample size of close to 1,300 people were interviewed to get this research in play. And I think the results of the research, obviously being our baby, is you always feel great about it, but it's heartening to see what the people are saying.
That's nice.
So you're bang on. You're
nice.
bang on about the Center of Research, and I'm grateful. And that's what it is, sir. If there is both of you have been such huge supports that if there is an initiative, if there's something that we want to do, that when you know that somebody's watching your back, you're ready. You are able to fall, because if you fall, you make a mistake, there's somebody to hold you.
That's so nice.
So that's what, and so I'm really thankful, and on behalf of the whole team, sir, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
But in fact, just to add, one of the prestigious awards that y'all have got, or not an award really, a recognition I would say, is when y'all appeared in the India Book of Records as having the most innovative curriculum. That is the time when all of y'all have decided that when a student walks into a management college, it's not only about management lessons that he should learn, but there are certain certifications that he should have. And if you put all that together, that constitutes like a good student, who's passed out and who's done well. So Neeraj sir had probably thought about it, that how he was going to shape up all these certifications. So that is also an important aspect for us to be in the position that we are today.
So you're 100% right there, because Nasir sir talks about day zero professional, and so what we mean by day zero professional is we want to do our jobs and we want the industry to do theirs. So our job is to teach the student, our job is to groom them, our job is to get them ready to face the world outside. And that's why these certifications, skill-based certifications, so that they are ready by the time they are out of the institute. They are day zero professionals. Day zero, they are ready to perform. Day zero, they are ready to execute what they are supposed to execute in the jobs that they are into.
So hence those
correct, sir.
certifications.
Hence those certifications, obviously, yes.
The full chairs program, sir, that we've done is purely to drive this whole day zero thing. So when you talk about certification, so we don't do certifications for the sake of a certification. So now, for example, a company will come to us and they say, my child, my employee needs to know this. When they come in, I will teach them this. We tell them, we will teach them now this.
Exactly.
Correct.
So that certification happens right there. So we have actually customized curriculums as per the requirement of close to 7 companies, 7 multinational corporates. We do curriculums based on what they need. So we become their preferred choice of employment. And hence, when the world is talking about joblessness, placement, I normally am very humble, but I'll take this opportunity to be boastful. My 18-20 batch is over 95% already placed. My 19-21 batch, which is going to pass out in the month of April, 70% are placed.
Despite COVID.
So for us, there's no COVID. COVID was an opportunity for us to introspect and get to know how we can do better. We really use this time very constructively. Between Neeraj sir, myself, with your help, the team, I think we were able to cover over 260 companies.
Wow.
In terms of getting a connect. During Diwali, and you're aware, sir, because we personalized every invite and every gift that went out in terms of a greeting from our end. There were 182 gifts that went out to corporate guests. Just to say thank you and say Happy Diwali in this time. And the students, we've been kind of focusing on, doing personalized interview training. So now if they have an interview with an ex company, we try and understand what the company looks for and guide them through that interview process. And we've seen around an 82% hit ratio that the students who actually undergo this training, they get through. And this is a lesson for the students who don't undergo the training. Because you get students also have to understand that there are all types of students, and if you take the opportunities that come your way, success will come and touch your feet. You don't have to run after success. So this is a good lesson for the students who don't take these opportunities.
I'm also happy that AICTE was also playing a very important part during these 6-7 months when the entire country had closed down. They were looking after the students well. Good, we are affiliated to AICTE. Good, they are supporting institutes. So things like this do help institutes.
AICTE has been there with us through and through, sir, by providing more options of online education, a lot of online courses. Anything that you need, they are a call away, and it's fantastic when you have an affiliation with a body which is looking and forward looking for the students' welfare.
Correct. So the banks also, how much ever people may criticize or whatever, the banks disburse loans during this time. So, so that the students could pay their fees. I think absolutely everything went as smooth as possible. So what you're saying is right, probably, that there was no COVID.
So no COVID for us.
Yes, sir. Means, people are talking about international travel. Our global program has 140% enrollment this year as compared to last year. And this is international travel.
Yeah. So which means I would say that most of the colleges didn't start a batch this year,
Correct.
whereas you are saying that we started with 140% extra of what we had.
140% of last year, sir.
Of last year.
Wow. That's nice.
Which is, and next year we are looking at, growing the gambit. We want to look at, what we realized during COVID, and this is another opportunity that we saw, is about working professionals. Now there is a point that comes that, you realize I want to learn more, I want to study more, I want to add more to myself. And we are working with the University of South Wales to get a tailored working MBA program, and it's not an executive MBA, it's a proper full MBA that you will achieve through 180 credits, which we are working with the USW, which is tailor-made to working professionals.
So I would say this would probably be a game changer, because say University of South Wales would be probably one of the top 100 universities of the world, and a student gets to do his MBA from Lexicon and University of South Wales, a mixed program. When they attend the program there, they are there for a year. So for 1 year they are here, for 1 year they are there, and this entire thing happens at a very, very reasonable price.
True.
So, and what would that price be?
So basically, including their payment in pounds that they got to do, they're spending around 5,25,000 rupees for the year, sir, for the whole working MBA.
So the entire 2 years would cost
for the working MBA, sir,
Yeah.
is 5,25,000.
No, not for the working.
For the 2 year one?
Yeah, for the 2 year.
It's 12,90,000 plus travel, stay and all. It comes to 18 lakhs. You get the full thing, sir.
So which means travel and
stay, food.
food here and there.
And
The
there.
only thing it doesn't include is shopping, sir.
Shopping, okay. Yeah. So which means about what
18
is it?
lakhs.
18 lakhs. So 18 lakhs for 2 years.
2 years. Sir.
And you get an MBA degree from the
University of South
by
Wales.
staying there for 1 year.
For 1 year, you are there in the campus of University of South Wales.
And then how does the placements happen after that?
So now it's beautiful. What happens is University of South Wales actually has a placement assistance cell out there. Now this year, again, if you look at, we had COVID happening. 3 of our students who were out of our University of South Wales campus got placed during this period. One of our students, she got an offer from Transatlantic, from Canada, to do online work of marketing for a company.
Wow.
Means, again, that's opportunity. And the other big thing is, and this is something that a lot of people do not realize, at 18 lakhs, you're able to get an understanding, education from the Lexicon Management Institute of Leadership and Excellence, the University of South Wales. So you don't necessarily have to go and study abroad to work abroad. You could do all this and come back to India and have a phenomenal career.
Do we support them?
Absolutely.
Assist them for placements when they come back to India?
So we support our students who passed 10 years back. The reason being, sir, because we like it, we don't like it, they don't like it, we are family, right? The day that they take enrollment out here, our name becomes their surname and their name becomes our surname, because they are our ambassadors and we are their ambassadors. So irrespective of when they are and how it is, we are always there for our students who have passed out 10 years back, or who will pass out this year, or who will pass out 10 years later. We have a dedicated team of professionals who's working day and night to ensure that the students are well counseled and they're always there for them to ensure that they get opportunities that they can appear for. And once we get them the opportunities, we work a lot during the whole program to ensure that they are successful.
Can we sum up by saying that it is not only we who believe in ourselves, but it's also our students that believe in themselves?
So believe in yourself is something that it runs in our blood. So be it our students, be it faculty, be it you, be it Chairman Sir, be it Monisha Ma'am, any of us.
So the entire
that's why the logo says
believe in yourself.
And it's a heartbeat, right? It's a heartbeat for us.
Right.
Yeah. So excellent, nice. It was great talking, great chatting, and after the day's hard work when the program went on so
Fantastic,
well.
yeah.
And so very interesting, and let's hope the students will be both happy and their content will also grow, so that when they go into a corporate, they deserve and they get good packages and they get good positions and they are happy ever after.
True. Yeah. They basically, in the panel discussion today, our esteemed panelists told them 7 key takeaways. 1 was survive. 2, they spoke about integrity. They spoke about adaptability and flexibility. Then they spoke about critical thinking and creative thinking. And last, and it didn't come out from my mouth, it came out from one of the panelists, they said have confidence. And confidence means believe in yourself.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
So thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks. Bye.